It was after the covenant ceremony at Joshua's altar that the children of Israel began to get their first true look at the land of milk and honey. Moses had promised God would bring them into a good land, a land with rivers and springs, valleys and hills, a land where they would eat food without shortage and lack nothing. Under the leadership of Joshua, the 12 tribes set out to settle the land. The tabernacle and Ark of the Covenant were brought down from Mount Ebal and set up in Israel's first national capital, a centralized city which would serve as the meeting place for all of the tribes, the city of Shiloh.
Shiloh is so significant to the biblical narrative because it was a capital of Israel. And it took me a long time to see in the biblical story, but it was like a Jerusalem of sorts. The Ark of the Covenant was there for almost 400 years. This is where Hannah prayed for a son. It's where her son Samuel heard the voice of God. Shiloh starts the narrative, the story of finding the Messiah of Israel, the anointed king.
Amongst the ruins of the city of Shiloh, archaeologists discovered a cave near the place where the tabernacle stood. Evidence suggests this was once the residence of the high priest, the home where Eli and Samuel lived.
You know, you can travel all over Israel and visit places where God spoke. And to be in Shiloh and experience one of these places is so significant to me.
That's where Samuel, as a boy, would have run to find Eli the high priest, to find out if Eli was calling him. But instead, it was God's voice speaking in that place, not far from the Ark of the Covenant. Samuel ultimately grows up to become the man, the prophet who anoints the kings of Israel, beginning the messianic house of David.
The most important area in ancient Shiloh is the site where the tabernacle once stood. 3 times a year, the hills surrounding Shiloh would be covered with families of the 12 tribes, who would congregate here to worship God. For the generations who came after the Exodus, this place was the center of spiritual life, where the Ark of the Covenant and the presence of God rested.
Ultimately, Shiloh's days were numbered, and Shiloh was destroyed by the Philistines. The glory of God left Shiloh. But it traveled on to the place that God had destined from the foundation of the world.
Begin your adventure at IamIsraelFilm.com.